Ancestors, first of all, yes, we are. We are dealing with the same ancestral communication. As far as melanated people, yeah, we are. Your ancestors didn't do nothing different than what you know. But when it comes to certain information, now we ain't talking to the same ancestors. Cause I guarantee you, what, babe, you recording?
Well, like I said, everybody ain't talking to ancestors.
Well, yeah, I know, cause
There's a lot of people out there faking the funk, trying to get some draws and talking conscious and woke, and they far from it. They putting a facade out there, acting like they woke and conscious, but are lacking the information, lacking the knowledge, which is why they haven't truly embraced what poly is about. Too many people are using that poly too freely, and they're not actually practicing the truth and origin behind poly. So,
damn. She said, I live in Columbus, Ohio. I was just in Tampa, Orlando for Halloween. That sucks. We could have met sooner.
yeah, and so we're building with other goddesses, as you can see. But yeah, you know, we're looking at these sites, these poly pages, and you know, it just seems to me like a lot of y'all are really not serious. A lot of y'all are putting stuff online and putting these spells out there and not even following through with what it is you're seeking or what it is you're trying to manifest in your life. Like, what's stopping you? Perfect example right there. She's out of town or out of state and visited, but missed opportunity. Why? Lack of communication. You guys get responses on your posts that you're doing and you don't even communicate. You don't even communicate back. Even if just to say, thank you, you know, not interested, that's fine. Nobody's going to take it personal. Those that are really looking to build their tribe, build a legacy, build businesses, build wealth. I'm not talking about getting rich or stacking paper. I'm talking about building wealth, real wealth. That's what PolyUnion is about. That's what PolyUnion practices, based on origin and truth. So we eliminate all of the mind fucks of the matrix and this systematic oppression that we live in, and extract ourselves mentally from that in order to go back to origin and to embrace the actual truth about us and who we really are. But it seems to me like a lot of people are faking that consciousness. A lot of people haven't really done that full research and really looked all the way back. You guys are looking back to slavery and back to Egypt, and it goes further than that. Really do the digging on origin, and you'll find out.
You got some work to do.
You got a lot of work to do. But it's because that work hasn't been done. When we send out our summary, or people read it on our site, on our page, or on our YouTube channel, when people see that, they look at it as a contract or look at it as a means of control. If you're looking at our summary like that, then simply it doesn't resonate with you, and you have not done that research that I was just speaking about as far as origin and truth. You haven't gone back far enough and discovered who you really are. Because if you have, you would fully embrace that download which was received from my ancestors about the PolyUnion structure. It's looked at as a contract, but you already have a contract in your life. You're living under a systematic, oppressive contract. PolyUnion contract, if you want to call it that, but the summary is based on origin and truth. It's based on your freedom and authenticity to yourself and the people around you. If that doesn't resonate with you, then yeah, kick rocks. You don't need to be no part of PolyUnion because you haven't truly embraced who you really are. So how can we expect you to be authentic with who we are and be a part of a PolyUnion dynamic? It just won't work out. So have fun with your whoever you choose to be with that life. You know, that's on you.
I also wanted to live on some things. Is the authenticity of people's intentions. of some of these sites that we're on. And trust, I'm an observer. I have been observing the women, the men. I have sat back and took time to read between the lines in people's conversations or whatever they want, because we are in search of goddesses, and like my king says, some of them don't even give any responses when you reach out to them. So those to me are definitely not your authentic people, because you can only imagine that they're just flipping through, you feel what I'm saying? And then what do you can't flip through people's profiles to figure out who they are. You have to engage with them, start conversations, like, and then get to a level like this where we're actually having engagement, like on a camera, phone, FaceTime. And that should, to me, that should be done in about a matter of 2 weeks. If you're conversating and you like your text vibe, or you like your phone call vibes, in a matter of 2 weeks you should be building like this if you're doing it over line, because you're not establishing, or you don't give yourself to establish to let yourself know that the people that you're having conversation with over line is the energy that you want within your life. I've been talking with the female now for like 6 to 7 months, and we're still trying to manifest that video call. So I'm saying we could have been on at a different level. We could have been at a higher building level, had it been a thing with individuals. I think people are coming from the place of scared, not wanting to open up. Oh, it's the internet. But if you went this route to find your family, you should have no inhibitions. Just don't open that line of communication open to everybody, but make sure that the family that is giving you that constant communication, give that family the respect to build with you. Don't close yourself off, or don't be closed off, because if you're closed off over line, you're probably closed off in real life as a person, because it takes the person to activate the overline interaction, not the overline. So a lot of people say, I do this, I do that. My job, work, and that. Anything that you want to do, you're going to invest your energy. You're going to make time for it. Anything I'm excited to do, I make time for it, and I'm excited to do it. So it's something I'm going to make sure that I'm able to do what I'm excited to do, because that's what I'm trying to manifest in my life. And ultimately, what we are trying to manifest in our life as well is excitement. I'm his feminine partner, he's my masculine partner. So we need goddesses that communicate with us about our union and about joining our union and family like that. Like, we want them to be like, oh, yeah, my family, my union's about to call, da-da-da-da. Let me put in as much as that energy, because that's the energy that you're getting when we're over here. I'm going to let y'all know that now. I hope, for anyone, if we have been building with you, or we have came across conversations with you, that's the energy that we're conversating, that we're having. We're excited to bring our visions into reality. See, when you are tapped in to your ancestors' divination practices, you're gonna be excited, because you're gonna be like, let me see what I can do with this. What can I do with this information? How can I turn this information into a reality? So if you don't want to be a co-creator of your reality, then you're going to use this energy. Oh, I'm afraid to do that, or I'm afraid to ignite that.
And fear is going to stop you.
Right. And it's okay to be nervous, but it's not okay to be scared to bring in what you want.
And let that fear hinder you from your own growth.
Right.
You get in your own way.
I was also just telling my king that I see a lot of posts of lovers that, I'm sorry to say, I think that, I know that a lot of these couples were supposed to shed certain partners. A lot of people get scared to let people go. We were just having a conversation of if I'm looking in one direction and you're looking in one direction, then at this point in time where our ancestors really started communicating with the ones of us that were open for that, it's time to shed that partner. If I was looking at polygyny and you weren't as a partner, that partner needs to be honest and let that partner know that, okay, I wasn't thinking about polygyny. And once that word or those things are uttered, because then you're speaking in your ancestral tone, it's time to shed that. I think we have a lot of sisters that's holding on to men that are just saying that, he introduced me to this, and I'm willing to go into the lifestyle. Do yourself a favor, sis. Stop.
Right.
Don't do that, because you weren't looking into polygyny beforehand.
Right.
And you're only doing to not lose that man, and you're gonna end up making that manifestation that is about our ancestors. You'll make that be lost because you just simply don't want to acknowledge that I wasn't even into this practice.
And you're gonna cause yourself more drama and chaos that you don't even need.
Right.
So it's just not worth it.
And I say that because as a female, he was downloaded through meditation and ancestral communication. He was downloaded the PolyUnion dynamic, and I went back to my memory bank, and when I was like 25 or 26, I was trying to be welcomed into polygyny, and I was looking up polygyny, seeing if it was right for my soul to engage in. So this was 25, 26. Me and him weren't even communicating at that time. So that was already within my path. I think that those sisters that were there, even if you weren't, even if it just popped up or something popped up, because universe has signs and symbols for the ones who should be walking these paths. But more so, I would say, if you were studying it yourself, if you felt like that's a place that I could be at home with myself as a woman, then you stick by that man. That man has that vision. You stick by him because you are that helpmate that is sent to manifest other divine helpmates as well. Even the guys, if your wife or your girl came to you and said, I'm polygynous, or let's try polygyny, don't you try to attach your ass and keep attached to her, because that's not for you. That's for another king that's out there that has already been in that work. And I'm going to just keep it solid with y'all like that. That's not, some of y'all are holding material or holding souls that are not yours, that are not meant for you. They were there for that time, and they're here for the ancestors to put in that type of work. And the study has needed to been going down.
And you want to find out if they're here for you, bring them together. Bring all your baby mamas, bring them together, tell them this is what we're going to do. We're going to build a tribe from here, and you'll see who's down with it.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you got all your kids together. You can raise them in one household. All your goddesses in one household. These guys on these sites, be careful of them as well, brothers. Because some of y'all brothers is faking the funk, and y'all just looking to get some sex and looking to have threesomes and put these women through a bunch of bullshit that they don't need to be going through. And yes, I'm calling y'all out. Straighten up, fly right. And have it straight for these women, these goddesses that you call yourself, bringing them into your life and building a union. What aspirations of your union are you building? In what aspect? What are you creating? What are you developing? What revenue streams of income are you creating so that you can leave a legacy behind? What are you building? What are you leaving behind? Women, goddesses, ask this of your male counterparts. Demand it. because you should have nothing less than that. Sorry, I went off left field there, but this is a serious thing, and I'm seeing too many games on these different poly sites. Yeah. I'm seeing way too many games, and y'all are completely discrediting the word poly. Whatever poly dynamic you're practicing,
right?
Poly is about structure. It's not about fucking. It's not about sex all the time. How much sex you gonna have during a duration of a day anyway? Don't you have other things to do with your life? That's what poly is about. What are you doing in all of those other areas of your life? Sex, you're going to get sex anytime. Intimacy is the divine connection. So you shouldn't be giving it up to just anybody anyway. Make sure you're divinely connected to that person. Mentally, spiritually, before it's physically.
Absolutely. And my king is right about, the males. We were just having this conversation earlier. That's why I say we talk about it every day. Every day we talk about polygyny. Like, I would have thought I was crazy a long time ago, but I know you have to speak about it to continue to manifest it, and you let yourself know you're reprogramming your subconscious of what you're
because you unlearn this matrix bullshit.
For. Exactly. But yeah, with the brothers, with the females, like I said, if the females have been, if you were contacted and you've been studying polygyny, and you know that your male wasn't, and now he wants to come along for the ride, then tell him to get his baby mamas together and see if he can hold that down.
Right.
Because you know what it's gonna lie, it's gonna make you a man would literally, or well, women can't do it because you shouldn't be with multiple dudes anyways, but it'll make the man, whatever bad ill that you did towards those women, if it's more than one, it'll make him have to go back and apologize, because if those males have not
own up to a lot of
if
shit.
They have not owned up to things that they have done to other women, like I said, they're holding on to another male's manifestation, and it doesn't belong to them.
And it's going to hinder that woman's growth,
right,
in the same process.
Because she can't say that she has a God, and this man can't go back to, you feel what I'm saying, and correct something that was before her, that has children involved before her. With my partner, I've seen him deal with, the wife that was before me. I've seen him try and repair things to get to this level. So I've seen him in his rarest form to say that I could trust him as a partner. He didn't just come out of nowhere and there's women in the background like, hey, but he did this to...
I have to listen. If you can't keep it real with yourself, how can you expect to keep it real with someone else? So you always have to be able to look within, do that inner work, do that grounding, do that shadow work. You have to look within in order to embrace who you truly are. And once you're able to do that, you can be free with whoever you're surrounding yourself with. You can be transparent. You can be authentic. You have nothing to hide. And so I've always been that way. Even before my awakening, I've always been real to myself. So I'm always going to keep it real to the people around me.
But yeah, some of y'all out there holding down other people's manifestations. I know that.
And listen, the ones that's manifestations are being held down, you guys got to recognize that. You got to see what's holding you back from your own manifestation. How is it you're not stifling yourself? So who around you is supporting the stifling of self? That's what you have to take a look at. Like, you really have to look at that. You have to step back. As I was telling my guys earlier, step back, step out of the picture and look at it. Remove emotions and take a look at it. And see if that situation is really serving you. And if it's not serving you, how do you intend on manifesting the things you want to manifest in your life? By going around the same circle with what's not serving you. That's the happy life you want to live? Not me. I'm embraced, fully embraced to freedom and authenticity. I got nothing to hide from no one. So, yeah. We haven't done a video in a while, so I kind of wanted to chime in. We usually chime in with first and second and third episode. This is the second season. This is the first episode where I usually start that off. I usually say that, but I'm ending it saying it. Definitely, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel on PolyUnion Kingdom, subscribe, like the video, share the video. Only for those who are real. Only for those who keep it 100. Again, look at the structure. Look at the summary of PolyUnion. If that truly resonates with you, we would love to see other PolyUnion dynamics created, but based off of that structure. None of this fuck shit that y'all doing. None of this clown ass shit that y'all doing and putting Poly's name on it. Read the summary of PolyUnion. Any goddesses out there that want to come join us, we building.
Come join us.
We building. We building hard and heavy.
Yes.
And I don't even want to share this stuff that we up to, but we up to big things because I don't think small. I always think big. Anybody that knows me, they'll tell you, X always thinks big. He always thinks large. So if y'all really bout it, stop fronting. Stop playing games. Holla. Come on down to Florida.
And, yeah, and y'all know we're very decent, handsome, beautiful couple.
Hey.
But yeah, for real, because we have a transition that we all have to be prepared for. Like, we are going into a time where things are going to change and families are going to need this direct assistance. This is a direct assistance. This is a service that we're doing for and to humanity, to let everybody get the seriousness. Your life is just not your own. Your life is for humanity, and I would like to be a part of the family that's serving the higher good for humanity, to let everybody know what time we're going into, and we're going into a time where ain't no need to be fighting for bringing the collective melanated consciousness together. Who wants to fight about that? We've been so separated and out of order in this governing these lower selves, trying to govern over divine beings. Like, our ancestors left the map. They set the pace. We should be running the race. But if you're not practicing, if you're not doing anything that your ancestors did, and now you're in...
Back to origin.
Yeah.
Back to origin.
You're in the European
Embrace
camp,
that.
Yeah.
They
said it was in stone. It's all in stone. It's all over the earth. It's all over the place. The signs there, symbols there, and the knowledge, the hieroglyphs. That's information and confirmation for the soul. That's conversation to the soul. So only the divine will be able to. The divine within you will help you unlock what those hieroglyphs really mean.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, again, thanks for tuning in. We will see y'all on the flip side, the second episode in the second season. But thanks for tuning in. Love y'all. Peace.